Hi guys, 3D printing time again. No, I haven't been printing drones, but I was given these two Syma X5Cs. This one has all the bits and is standard. This one had been worked on a bit. The battery connector had been changed. It did have an aerial sticking out of that little hole there, that's fallen off, and it didn't have legs. So I thought I'd have a little go, see if I could actually print some up with my 3D printer. These ones fit, but what I will talk about is all the other ones I tried, because I made quite a few. This is the first attempt, and although they fitted, as soon as I started putting them on there, one of the little legs broke off, so I hadn't got it aligned quite right. So I tried another one, just tried adjusting it a tiny bit. I think, does this one fit? Yeah, that one fits fine. But those little pegs are too small, they don't grip at all. Now, I mean, you could obviously glue it if you really wanted to, but that's not really the idea. So then I thought, rather than print the whole thing off, I'll just print the top end and play at just adjusting the legs a tiny bit at a time. And the last run I did fitted. Before I go too much further, those were solid legs. On the original Syma legs, which is a nice soft flexible plastic anyway, they've got holes in them. Ignore the fact those are black on the bottom. I put black ink on there so I could actually push it onto a piece of paper and try and get some measurements. But yeah, they're nice soft plastic. Obviously PLA is fairly brittle, so even though this is a successful print, I don't expect them to last very long, which is where I was talking about these ones I made solid pegs. I noticed these had got holes in them, so I thought, would that help, because it possibly give them a bit of flexibility, they could collapse a little bit, and also a cylinder is stronger than a plain pole, I suppose, or stick, or whatever you want to call it. It just is. So I tried putting holes down the middle. Now on quite a few of these, in fact none of these, so I must have printed even more, you couldn't even see the holes that I put down the middle, because it was a 2mm cylinder with a sort of 1mm hole down the middle, or less than a 1mm hole it must have been, and it wasn't a fine enough print to actually do it. Accidentally I got them offline and had a U shape. That one's fairly clear as a U shape, although it won't be in focus, of course. And I thought, actually, that's quite handy, a U shape, because that can compress quite well when you're trying to fit it into the slot. So I then kept it as a U shape each time, even though I was moving the little legs around. We're talking 1/10 of a millimetre at a time to try and get the spacing right. And so eventually I've ended up with them. They do fit. I've still got the holes in them. And then I thought, hey, there's another idea. I could, got a bit of random 1mm wire here. I could, if I wanted, push the wire up through and strengthen it so that they don't snap off quite so easily. Now I haven't done that because I've only just printed these and found they fitted, but that's another option that I could strengthen these with a bit of 1mm wire, or carbon fibre, I suppose, if you really wanted to. So that's where we're up to. This fits. I don't expect it to last very long because I expect them to break, but I could strengthen them by just cutting some little lengths of this, pushing them in there at the same time, and that will give us a stronger peg. So there, that's what I've been doing. Well, just to try out my theory, that's what I've done. I've stuck little bits of 1mm, it's garden wire, galvanised garden wire, so it's quite soft. So that might make them a little bit stronger. Still don't expect them to last very long, but yeah. There we go. Not sure whether to put those on Thingiverse or not, because I don't expect them to last very long. You probably want to print them out of something else rather than PLA. Something that's a bit more resilient. Thanks for watching. You'll find more information down in the video description. You might like to watch that video up there, and you might like to subscribe over there.